Hi, it's Signa. Welcome to my channel. In this channel, you will learn everything about lash extensions. I will give you tips and tricks. If you're a lash technician, you're in the right place. So make sure you subscribe and like this video. Today, we're going to talk about retention, and if you've ever had lash extensions falling off on your clients or on yourself too fast, then you're gonna learn the reasons why, and some of them you don't even think about. And I promise you, the glue is only one of the problems, and all the rest of them are based on other things that are actually more important than the glue. So definitely make sure you watch the whole video and let me know in the comments if you have any questions that I can help you with. Make sure you go on the description below and get my volume manual. The link is in there. So let's get into it. If you have had a client who's complained that their lashes have fallen off, it is extremely uncomfortable situation, because some people can, complain in a quite aggressive way, I guess. And it's never a nice situation, honestly, because we as lash technicians, as lash artists, as this creative side, we take a lot of pride into our work. So if something happens, it's really disheartening for us as well, right? So it's very, very important to make sure that this would happen as little as possible. So some of the things that can happen if your lashes continually fall off too fast is you're gonna lose clients. And by the end of the day, we still do it to pay the bills. So it's important to make sure that the clients who pay us money are happy with our service. And if it keeps happening over and over and over, and if you don't manage the situation correctly, you're gonna lose your reputation, and it's just overall a really bad situation. So let's get into it. The first point that may be the reason why your extensions are falling off too fast is cleaning process, actually. And it means that you may not have cleaned the lashes properly. You really have to get into the nitty-gritty, like into even the eye line, and make it as clean as possible. If your client is coming in and they've got mascara on or makeup or something, what we usually do is we ask them to wash their makeup off before we even start our cleaning process, because you're not gonna be able to wash all of the mascara and all the buildup off properly just by using micro swabs. You can do it if you use shampoo, lash shampoo to wash it, but it's gonna take longer. It usually takes less time for them to wash their face, and then using shampoo and stuff. So make sure the lashes are cleaned properly, that there's nothing on them, and you're using a cleanser, primer, or a protein remover before the application. Even though they look clean, you still have to do that as well, because it washes off all the natural oils and makes the best surface for the glue to stick. So that's number one. Number two is lashes are not dry after cleaning. And this is here because that's actually happened to my girls, my employees, my team. And sometimes we wash them and we clean them, but then we forget to dry the natural lashes with a fan, or wait it out, I guess. So if you've used a shampoo to wash the lashes, make sure you dry the natural lashes before you start the application, because the glue is, again, it's too humid for it to stick, right? So that's number two. Number three is the actual application. If you are not attaching the extensions, doesn't matter if it's a volume lash, classic eyelash extension, or a pre-made fan, or whatever you're attaching to the natural lash, hopefully it's nothing else but the extensions, nothing too weird, then it's not gonna last. If it's open from the base, or just the surface area is not long enough, it will not last as long as it's supposed to last. So make sure you are applying them properly and you're making sure they're attached. There's nothing open that is not supposed to be open. I don't know what would be that. I don't know. All right. So number 5 is humidity in the room. That's a really big one, actually. If you don't measure your humidity, you should start doing it today, because that can really influence on how the glue will attach to the natural lash, how long it will last, or if it's not going to last at all. If your space is too humid, the glue is going to dry way too fast, and it's actually not going to dry from inside, so it only dries from outside of the glue bubble, if that makes sense, creating like this plastic cover on it, but inside it doesn't cure or like dry, and it's just not gonna, it's gonna come like, if you've ever seen an extension just kind of like tick off, that's usually because of this. It's too humid in the room. Now if it's too dry in the room, it's gonna take ages for glue to dry. I mean, like ages. Like, I remember when I moved into a new salon space, and I had the humidity measurer there, but since I just moved in, I didn't do any anything to make the space better in terms of humidity and temperature and stuff. And I was doing the extensions, and it was so dry that literally I would place the extension, hold it there, count to freaking 30, and if I moved the tweezers, the extension would still move. I'm not even kidding you. So it's really important to make sure your humidity is correct based on the glue. So that's why I'm not giving you the numbers right now. You have to get your supplier to give you the best environmental conditions to your glue. So make sure you measure your humidity, because it is a big deal. The second thing is actually temperature. And if you've ever noticed that when it's summer, and I don't know what country you live in, but you can definitely comment below and let me know if you've ever experienced this, that it's summer, it's really high, and the glue is just literally acting up. Or if you're in a country where it's really cold during winter time, it's the same story. It happens because the main ingredient in the glue is very sensitive, like cyanoacrylate is very sensitive to outside environment. So temperature and humidity are really important, and cyanoacrylate prefers cold rather than heat. So make sure you are measuring the temperature in your lash space. Right, next is your glue is not stored properly. Again, literally does not matter how good your glue is. If you do not store it properly, it will go bad. If it's under sunlight, if it's in a too high temperature place, like next to a heater, or you don't close the cap properly, or you don't close it at all, you keep it open for too long, your glue will go bad. Honestly, cyanoacrylate, it is so sensitive, and it can go bad so quickly. The original cyanoacrylate, where they use it, is obviously in the medical industry, and it's so pure cyanoacrylate in there that it's in a small tube, and once it's open, you have to use it immediately and then throw away the rest because it goes bad. Like, that's how sensitive it is. So storing your glue is so important, and you can't blame your supplier wherever you buy your glue from if you have retention issues, your lashes are falling off and extensions are falling off, and you haven't stored your glue properly, because it's not really their fault. And it creates another problem, because let's say your glue is bad, and it's, whatever the issue is with the supplier or manufacturer, it is bad, but you didn't store it right, then you don't know if it is bad, and you have to reorder, and you're again spending money, you're wasting your money, right? So Make sure you're storing your glue correctly, and every supplier should give you instructions on how to store their glue the best way. So definitely, if you don't have an instruction with your glue, you know, call up your supplier or email them or whatever. Usually they even come in like proper storage packages or whatever it is that, you know, they need, but not necessarily. So definitely make sure you contact your supplier if you don't have information about that. And lastly, number 8 or 9. Number 8. I think it's number 8. Is the last point, the last reason why your extensions may fall off too fast, and it is the glue. That's only the last one. It's always the first thing we blame as lash technicians for some reason. But actually it is the last point, because most glues are good. It is really hard to like screw up a glue. Like there has to be a problem with manufacturing. There has to be have like a bad patch or something. So your glue is usually the last thing that is bad. It's mostly the other things that are just done wrong or overlooked or just not done at all, right? So your glue needs to be fresh and it needs to be stored properly. But if you open it and it's gooey, or it's just too thick, or it dries too fast, or it doesn't dry fast enough, or it looks different color, it's not even black, there may be a bad patch. So in that case, you know, you can contact your supplier and see if you can get a refund or a new bottle. But even if you, hopefully you do, but you know, I don't sell products, so I don't know. It completely depends on the supplier, you know, where you get it. For me personally, that's happened a couple of times in my career, and it's been because I've tried a new supplier for the same glue, or like I've just tried a new supplier and they're really not storing it properly on their side. The wholesaler or like wherever you buy it from, like they have the issue. I don't believe that the manufacturer has the issue. It's just not been stored properly, and the glue is bad. Like really, you can visually see that it's bad. It's only happened a couple of times, honestly, and you know, then we've thrown it away. And I never really bother with refunds, because it takes too much time for me, honestly, to kind of, doesn't matter. Anyway, so that's only the last point. It's not, you know, all the other, you should always look at all the other things first before you start blaming your glue, and make sure you're doing those kind of things. And if you do everything else to the T and it's still bad, the extensions are falling off, that's when you look at your glue. And I'm telling you this because I have had so many employees, and we've done over, I don't even know, like we do about, before pandemic obviously, we did over 300 clients a month. So imagine how many sets of lashes we've done, how many issues we've had. I've had so many different levels of experience of employees, and I always train them to my standards. But still, when they have had issues like that, it's never ever been the glue. Literally ever. Like only 2 times that the glue has been bad or something, but they've never even touched the client, so it's never ever been the glue. So always check those points first. Right, so I hope you guys got value out of it. If you did, please make sure you comment below. Let me know what else you want to know and learn about, so I can make more videos. Definitely make sure you subscribe and you give a like for this video, then maybe more lash technicians will find this information. And if you are looking for more volume training, make sure you go to the link below and get my volume manual. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.